What is up, YouTube? It is me, Matt38, and I think it is high time we address the Arator situation. Because this character might as well be called Orator because he just doesn't shut the hell up through midnight. And dare I say it, when I saw his initial character redesign, I kinda knew his writing was gonna be absolutely abysmal, and this character would be an insufferable pain in the ass throughout the entire expansion.
Strength to protect our world. I've come to ask you to do the same, as the Ranger General you once were.
Now, a massive theme around Midnight is obviously war. You know, void invasion, massive void lords appearing out of the sky, hundreds and thousands of, civilians' lives at stakes, and Blizzard, being Blizzard, have decided to jam Arator's backstory into, all these major events. So he's been part of the Third War, where he saw the destruction of Dalaran, the raising of Sylvanas, and all kinds of stuff like that. But the issue sort of arises that with someone with so much experience of war doesn't seem to have the first clue about it. In Warcraft, there are no armies, there is no hierarchy. Apparently every character has sort of equal authority and basically can do exactly what they want to when civilian lives are at stake, massive cities at stake, and Arator pretty much treats Midnight as his own playground to do exactly what he likes. Now, what I find baffling about this is that he's a member of the Silver Hand, one of the most revered paladin orders of the human society, which led armies into battle in the First War, the ones with badass paladins like Tyrion Fordring, Alexandros Mograine, Uther the Lightbringer, Arthas Menethil, all of those guys who actually had authority and led troops into battle. And Arator is the son of one of the most legendary paladins in all of Warcraft's lore, Turelion. So with characters like Talon Fordring, who became a paladin because his dad was a paladin, Darion Mograine, who became a paladin because his dad was a paladin, and Arator, who became a paladin because, well, apparently Arator just wanted to become a paladin and he doesn't really give a crap about his dad, because throughout all of Midnight, there is zero respect shown towards Turelion at all. It is like the writers absolutely want to shaft this character down the drain, and they rewrite him so badly. They basically want Arator to one-up Turelion on every single moral example. Turelion cannot teach his son because Arator is already wiser. I mean, Arator's resume is not exactly great, and literally here it just says, as a member of the Order's War Council, he participated in the meetings for important decisions. The thing I dislike about characters like Arator are they're extremely young, and yet they are so much wiser than their counterparts. And there is zero growth for these characters because the writers just jam-pack them in with all of their own sensibilities and their own sort of moral convictions and try to make this sort of paragon of perfection out of a character who can be really engaging and really interesting. Another example of Arator is his relationship with Sylvanas, who is effectively Stalin of the Eastern Kingdoms. She used to set up camps, gulags effectively, where humans were put into soil and they had their seedling heads above ground. There is no humanity in the old Sylvanas. And also she burned up Teldrassil, killing thousands and thousands of elves. Arator just doesn't seem to equate any of that into his morality. He is completely and utterly blinded by just seeing the best in everyone and being able to unite everyone together. And it is so boring that this character doesn't have any sort of edge, and to me that is a massive issue, because in situations where stakes are so high and characters are, pledging their lives to save the world against a massive void invasion, it seems like everyone is living in this entire fairy tale world where nothing bad can ever really happen. And characters written like this just kills immersion for the game, for me, other players, and anyone trying to take the lore and the story in this game seriously, because it's so ridiculous.